Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lavari Field on the campus of St. Augustine Prep for another edition of Hermits Baseball, right here exclusively on the Hermits Broadcasting YouTube channel. We have a Cape Atlantic League matchup here today as that ball is fouled off between the 7-1 St. Augustine Prep Hermits and the 4-3 Thunderbolts of Millville. Once again, welcome everyone. I'm Jimmy Bachman. Alongside me today is Coach Tom Bermel. As we're just starting off here, it'll be CJ Fury on the mound for the Hermits. Coming in after that win against Millville yesterday, 4-2 at the Thunderbolts home field.
Yeah, always a good win to beat Millville.
Swing and a miss there, drop third strike. Gillespie handles it. Oh, and the ball is dropped by Lavari at first base, so the runner will advance the first on a drop third strike. An early error there for the Hermits gets a runner on base for the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, so that's, that play right there, you could probably figure it's a little on both of them there. I know Gabe dropped it, and you normally want to take a step or two along the base path so the first baseman can kind of see you throwing clearly. He kind of threw it right down the line, so it ran over the runner's head. But at the same time, I'm sure you're also thinking, hey, if you get your glove on it, you want the first baseman to catch it. So, both players probably bear a little fault on that one, but either way is now a runner on first for Millville.
Fury coming in with a 1.40 ERA, 2 earned runs on the year so far, 15 strikeouts to just 1 walk. It's a 1-0 count, ground ball over to the second baseman, turn 2. He has 1, and for 2 over, and the double play is achieved for the Hermits.
Great.
So mistake made, but the Hermits make up for it.
Yeah, great defensive play there all around. Ground ball, I know I joined you a little late. Is that Jack Capuccio out there at second?
It is.
Yep, so Capuccio with a good job there to start the turn. Irachi with a good throw. And really, like I said, you kind of a little bit of Gillespie, a little bit of Lavari on that first strikeout guy reaching base. Great job there by Marco with a phenomenal stretch and to keep his foot on the bag as you actually see the umpires conferring, making sure that, there's only 2 umps in this, so he was closer to second. The home plate umpire had a good line of sight to see if Marco kept his foot on the bag. But like I said, great job by Marco at first base, erasing that, strikeout.
So it's now Connor Lacey, the designated hitter, up at the plate for Millville. Pitched yesterday, takes the first pitch for a strike. Hermits a good win yesterday, led by Joey Irachi, who went 3 for 4 with a solo home run. As that ground ball hit lightly over to Irachi at shortstop, makes the throw over and gets the out. So a quick one here for the Hermits. Only 8 pitches for CJ Fury. 1 runner gets on, but a quick double play, and the Hermits will be up to bat right after this, looking to get on the scoreboard. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're live here at Lavari Field on the campus of St. Augustine Prep. Bottom of the first now here in Richland. It'll be Joey Arachi to lead off for the Hermits, as we said earlier on. Had a tremendous game yesterday, 3 for 4 with a solo home run and 2 singles.
Yeah, I think that's back-to-back games with home runs for him. I know he had one against St. Joe's Hamilton last Friday, and I'm pretty sure they didn't play Saturday or Sunday. So that's back-to-back games for Arachi with home runs.
Quick 0-2 count now for Arachi. The sophomore hitting .458 so far in this early season, the 9th game of the year for the Hermits. Hard ground ball down the middle, and that will be handled by the shortstop. A nice play by him, and just able to get the out. A nice stretch from the first baseman. So it looked like to be a base hit. It looked like it was going to get through the middle. The shortstop able to get over there and make an amazing throw.
Yeah, nice play. I mean, he may, it's hard to tell from right here, but maybe got him by half a step at most. So, yeah, great. You just tip your hat. You hit the ground ball up the middle. Could maybe a little harder. It's a single, but great play by the shortstop.
The lineup today for the Hermits, it was Joey Arachi to lead off. Now CJ Fury, followed by Jake Myers. And the cleanup is Marco Lavari, followed by Gabe Gillespie and Manny Aponte. And the final 3, Alex Bersani, Logan Franks, and Jack Capuccio. Pitching today for the Millville Thunderbolts is number 8, Gavin McGuire. That one in the dirt, so a 2-0 count now to Fury.
Yeah, so a little bit of changes for the Hermits here. Logan Franks and right, you've normally seen Lloyd and Gillespie kind of trading right field and catcher. But like I said, they're both versatile. You're going to see Gabe in the infield a little bit too, as well as behind the plate and in the outfield. So they got Logan Franks in there. Maybe get a little speed towards the back end of the lineup that they used to have last year. And in left field, Bersani, who also had a home run against St. Joe's as they put up 14 runs. But, CJ Fury on the mound, he's normally in left, so it's giving another guy an opportunity to get some at-bats.
That one popped up in foul territory. Third baseman is under it and makes the catch. So 2 quick outs for Millville. As I said, McGuire on the mound today for the Thunderbolts. Entering this game with a 1.17 ERA, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts, 8 walks, and 6 innings pitched. Giving up 5 hits, junior pitcher. Jake Myers now up at the plate for the Hermits, the 3-hole hitter. Takes first pitch for a strike. We've seen early on in this year, Mr. Rommel seeing Coach Bynum really play around a lot with this lineup. We've seen Arachi consistently lead off Fury hitting in the tool, but after that, really been a lot of things shifting. Yeah,
I mean, it's like I said, it's a whole new season, and like high school baseball is really such a short season. What, 30 games at most, really? Looks like you went around.
We'll call strike on that one. So 1-2 count to Myers with 2 outs.
But yeah, so it's like a lot of new faces. Last year, because there's so many returners, you could have just penciled it in. January 1st, you pretty much knew more or less what the lineup might look like. This team has a lot of new faces. Who's hitting well at the right time. Like I said, MLB, you could be hitting well for 2 months. That doesn't mean you're going to have end the year with a 280 average. Where high school, you hit well for 2 months, and all of a sudden, you're winning Player of the Year awards. So. You're going to tinker around. They got a lot of sophomores pushing some of these guys, some of these junior seniors who've been waiting their turn.
As Myers, good eye there. There'll be a full count now to him with 2 outs, no runners on base.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, you have your Logan Franks, who's been in the program, and your Vinny Sangataldos, and your Dave Capuccio.
That one high, so Myers walks.
Manny Aponte is another one who's been starting third base, for the Hermits too. So it's it's a that mix. But that's the thing is you don't want to just put the guy in and he just does all right for the first couple games and you just leave him in because he's batting 280, 300. You kind of want to see what a lot of these guys have. The Hermits have been blessed with a lot of talent, and you really only one way to figure out if you're any good, and that's to get in the game.
Hard ground ball, first pitch swinging from Lavari. Second baseman has it, makes the throw over. So, Hermits get 1 off a walk from Myers on base, but no runs scored. A quick inning on both sides. So we are moving on to the top of the second right after this. Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the second now. After a quick 8-pitch inning for Fury, then a 14-pitch inning for McGuire. That'll be the 4-hole hitter, David Rodriguez, to lead it off for Millville, the first baseman. So the plan today, after Lavari pitched a stellar 5 innings yesterday and then Burnley closed out the last 2, is to go Fury as long as he can and then have Cowser close things off, allowing Lavari and Cowser to be ready for the game against Kingsway on Thursday.
Yeah, you figure they set their lineup well nicely against St. Joe's on Friday because they gave a lot of guys 2 innings. They knew they were going to most likely win the game and probably win it by a decent amount. So they threw a lot of their big pitchers 2 innings, getting their guys some work to really set them up for this week because you got a busy week with a lot of good games. You got Millville twice, very good. So you go Fury, Lavari. You got the big game against Kingsway Wednesday, like you said, most likely Cowser. Behind. And then Saturday, Sunday, they got 2 more big games with Old Bridge, and then obviously the big one against rival Gloucester Catholic. So you're hoping these 2, Lavari and Fury, can go 1-2 right here, and then maybe I'm assuming they'll have enough time to rest up and go Old Bridge. Nice
curveball called, strike 3. Rodriguez goes down looking. Nice off-speed pitch from Fury, drops into the zone.
But I was saying, you figure you get this, if you can go with Fury and not need to dip into Cowser or Podgorski or whoever, you're saving those for that huge matchup against Kingsway. And like I said, you roll right back into Lavari Fury for the 2 huge games this weekend.
That ball popped up, shallow center field. Capuccio under it. Ooh, has to lean over and fall down, but makes the grab. So quick out. Hermits says make things a little more interesting.
Yeah, just wanted to make it entertaining.
Second baseman Matt Meiswinkle.
So 6-hole hitter Matt Meiswinkle, second baseman, now up for Millville. Coming in with a record of 4-3. First pitch from Fury, fastball low for ball 1. Hermits on a 7-game win streak at the moment.
Yeah, I got that loss out of the way. Game 1 against Mainland. I think it's the first time in a long time Coach Butler was telling me they lost. I want to say 8 years or so. Lost on opening day, I should say. But it's like I said, it's baseball. So you're always you have a bad pitching day, a couple errors, close game doesn't go your way. The Hermits have been really, really fortunate over the last 6-7 years to be racking up wins. Even this year, which we knew was going to be a rebuilding year, you had your 2 aces back.
Hard foul ball lined down and out of play, so it'll be a 2-2 count to Meiswinkle.
I mean, you had your aces back, and you had some pitching you knew about, and a couple starters from that were around like Jake Myers, but really there's a lot of unknown, and so it's a big credit to the coaching staff and this program that they started a rebuilding year 7-1. Still ranked. I don't know if they came out with new rankings in the last day or so, but still ranked 10th in the state.
Hard line drive. Capuccio's got it, makes the throw over to Lavari, so another easy inning for the Hermits. Only 9 pitches for Fury. 1, 2, 3. Go the Millville. Hermits look to add on and take the lead in the bottom of the second right after this. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We apologize. Some quick technical difficulties. Things can get difficult out here at the baseball field thanks to a lack of Wi-Fi. It's a 3-1 count now to Gabe Gillespie. He's leading it off this inning for the Hermits against McGuire in his second inning of work. And he'll take ball 4. So Gillespie walks with no outs to get a runner on base for the Hermits.
And until they build a press box out here for us, we're on a hot spot and a computer that constantly takes dust or dirt, blowing in from the infield.
We'll call it the Bachman press box.
Yeah. Hey, I'm in.
It's a memorial when I'm gone.
Yeah, that should have been the senior project. Probably a little more
I pushed,
expensive.
I pushed for it, but you know. As Ponte shows bunt, it's a good one to advance the runner. So Gillespie will get to second. Aponte thrown out at first, but he does his job, getting a runner in scoring position for the Hermits with one out.
You know, Aponte, one of those guys that came into the year in a position battle. He hasn't really given it up much. Given up much this year. He's been starting the whole time. But what's going to keep you in the lineup is when you get bunts down like that. You know, what I mean, that's if Coach Bailon can trust you to do the things that need to be done when he asks you to do them, and that's a surefire way to stay in that lineup.
So Gillespie over at second. Alex Bersani, left fielder, now at the plate as pass ball there. Gillespie will advance to third. And he'll get a courtesy runner. It'll be David Capuccio.
Yeah, I guess they were a little slow on getting him the courtesy runner when he was on first and then bunted over. But, I mean, it's similar to last year where, Gabe's a good athletic kid. He got minutes for the prep basketball team when there's a sophomore. Like, you got to be athletic to be able to do that. And but it was like Sofran. Sofran had speed last year. And, yeah, you get that courtesy runner and be able to rest up so you can get back, behind the plate. But Sofran's fast. So is, Gillespie's fast. You don't necessarily need to do it. And you see they kind of waited until he got to third before they pulled him out.
So 1-1 count to Bersani with one out. Takes ball 2 just outside. McGuire, the right-handed pitcher, now at pitch number 24. That one down the third base line. It will go foul. So 2-2 count for Bersani.
And we just got to put the ball in play. Ball in play, unless it's like smoked right at an infielder or a ground ball right to one of the corners, is going to score a run. Millville's conceding the run. Their middle infield is back. So you just got to put the ball in play.
Bersani 1 for 1 on the year with a home run. Not a bad way to start off your career. Just a sophomore.
Yeah.
He did that against St. Joe's last week.
No, that's where they've been kind of figuring. This is part of the thing is figuring out the lineup. Like the Bersani could play a little third, he could play corner outfield. Like he's in left field today. They gave Sangataldo some at bats early in the year. Obviously Fury's in left a lot of the time, but
fouled off so he stays alive.
This is as sophomore. You're going to get some opportunities in the beginning of the year, and if you want to stay in the lineup, you got to produce. So even right here, even you getting out, drop that average, 500 points to batting 500. You're getting that RBI. It's exactly what the coach is asking to do. You're going to get more at bats when they decide to give Lloyd or Gillespie or Fury a break. Fury's pitching.
Full count to Bersani. Grounds that one down the third base line. Foul, so stays alive for another pitch. It's Capuccio at third, one out. Top of the second. Hermits looking to get onto the scoreboard early here. McGuire, a swing and a miss. Pass ball, though. Capuccio will look to get home, and he's going to get there safe.
And because
something that could have been bad ends up being good for the Hermits as Bersani will get to first on the strikeout, the pass ball. And Capuccio scores from third, so 1-0 is the score.
Yeah, and because, they were focused, rightly so, they were focused on trying to stop the run. That's the quickest base to go to. They threw home. When he's safe there at home, you had no, Bersani's already standing on first. So it's basically like a single. I'll take it.
Logan Franks now up to the plate, playing right field today. He'll have a runner at first with a one out. McGuire from the stretch drops an off-speed pitch in for strike one. Bersani with a small lead over at first. Next pitch from McGuire, fouled off by Franks.
Like I was saying, you get these at-bats, especially in the beginning of the year. You want to take advantage of it. Logan Franks, another one of those who, been in the lineup a little bit, but not, been a surefire starter rotation guy. These are the kind of bats you're coach giving you a chance.
Another basketball player on the baseball team as well, multi-sport athlete. That one high. So 1-2 count now to Franks. 31 pitches so far from McGuire. Hermits already added 1 run in this inning. And Franks will take that one off the chest.
Yeah, hey.
And let's see. Yeah, he will.
Walk's a walk. I mean,
I was seeing if the umpire was going to say it didn't look like he really got out of the way. Because
Yeah.
sometimes they have that rule where you got to get out of the way. But
Yeah.
Franks just ate that one. And he'll advance to first.
Yeah, who was it? Was it McKenzie 2 years ago, center fielder? I think he got called like 3 times in the year for like leaning into a pitch or something like that.
Back to the game 1 of the World Series last year.
Oh,
when,
yeah.
The Astros player didn't move out of the way, let hit him in the elbow, and they called it a strike. So 9-hole hitter Jack Capuccio now up. Takes first pitch low for ball 1. 1 out. He has runners on first and second. One out. And the pitch just inside ball 2. Butcher will call timeout. The catcher took with his pitcher. Good opportunity here for the Hermits to add on to their lead early on in the second inning.
It's one of those things, too. You get a run or 2 here, and you start to make Millville kind of push a little bit.
That one line shallow, and it's going to get down. Capuccio's got himself a single. Runners will advance. And the bases are now loaded for the top of the lineup. Great hitting there from the 9-hole hitter for the Hermits.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you know, hey, Rachi gets a single here, you get a couple runs, all of a sudden you're up 3-0. Millville starts pressing. They know they're a good team, but they're the underdog. You know what I mean? Not a huge underdog by any means, but betting line, if there is one for high school baseball, probably has the Hermits as a little bit of a favorite. And sometimes you start to press a little bit, so it might get a little bit easier for Fury. I mean, it's been pretty easy, 18 pitches through 2 innings. But Millville's going to start pressing. You're anywhere near the strike zone, they might start swinging.
0-1 count to Arachi. No one's been hotter than him on this Hermits team early in the season. Pass ball. Fastball quickly hits the backstop back to the catcher, so Bersani will stay there over at third. Arachi grounded out his first time.
Yeah, we talked about it last year where, Hermit's backstop isn't the biggest in the world, but it's not small, but it's not like EHTs or someone with a big backstop, but it's also got that soft padding, so it's a little bit of a guesswork whether that ball's going to, kick off the fence or just kind of die right there.
That one in the dirt, ball 2. Arachi already 6 RBIs on the year. Great chance to add a couple more on. 2-1's the count to him, and the pitch. High, ball 3.
I tell you what, I mean, from the 5 games I've seen the Hermits play this year, whether here and took the trip down to Millville, it seems like Arachi's typical at bat is he gets ahead in the count, he's got a good eye, but he's not necessarily always looking for that walk. He'll as I said, he walks right there, but he likes to be aggressive when he's got that advantageous hitter's count. So there, I mean, the ball was about 3 feet above the strike zone, so he obviously wasn't swinging, but that's been kind of his MO. But either way, it's an RBI. He walks with the bases loaded.
So he gets himself the RBI, yep, as you said, Mr. Brumell. So 2-0 lead now for the Hermits as an early mound visit from McGuire. Got the quick first inning, and now he's really struggling here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, a little unfortunate. Maybe you could make the argument he should have 2 outs. Maybe it's 2 outs with the bases loaded, only 1 run given up, but because of that whole strikeout, wild pitch. But hey, I mean, you're here. You got to fight through it. Go get somebody out.
So McGuire stays on the mound. The base is still loaded. 1 out. Already at 40 pitches. It'll be C.J. Fury at the plate, looking to help himself out a little bit. And the first pitch to Fury. Taken for strike one. Oh, 1, 1 out. And the pitch. Ground ball. Second baseman has it, has one. And the throw to first will not be in time, so 1 run will score for the Hermits. Fury's got himself an RBI. Runners now in the corners with 2 outs.
Yeah.
You'll take that if you're the Hermits?
Yeah, put the ball in play. You mean with less than 2 outs, put the ball in play, good things will happen. Error, this, that, the other. That time was a productive out. You know, Fury, not exactly a speedster, but he's got some, you know, decent enough wheels on him, especially for a pitcher, corner outfielder. And he kind of legged out that fielder's choice, didn't let him turn 2. And all of a sudden, you know, like you say, helped them his cause, give themselves a 3-0 lead.
Myers back up for his second appearance. McGuire, that one to the backstop, and another run's going to score on a pass ball for the Hermits. Capuccio adds the 4th run on. Fury advances to second. So some issues with balls in the dirt. Catcher unable to make the block. That one just bounced off the plate.
Yeah.
Lost a couple runs for Millville.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, as a catcher, you always want to block everything, but like you said, hit the plate there.
Yeah, well, that's tough. That's tough
when it hits, you know, it's not hitting the dirt. It's not your normal bounce. It's hitting that solid plate. There's only so much you can do.
Myers takes that one high for ball 2. So the Hermits now already matching the amount of runs they put up yesterday with 4.
Yeah, Hermits kind of seem, at least so far, you want to be more consistent. They seem a little bit hot, cold, you know, kind of team in terms of hitting.
Hard ground ball to the shortstop. He's got it, makes the throw over, not in time. So Myers gets himself a base hit off the infield ground ball, running it out.
Yeah, I mean, ran hard. I think Mr. Morris has given Millville an error, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, hey, whether it's an error or hit, he ran hard, made the third baseman make a play. Ball pulled him off the bag a little bit, and the first baseman wasn't able to get the tag on him. So Myers all of a sudden, yeah, I don't know. I might give him a single there.
I think he would have beat it out regardless.
I
don't
do.
know. It would have been close.
We'll
the pitch was high. The throw was high.
We'll take issue with Willie or with Mr. Morris later.
Slavari back up. 5-run lead for the Hermits. Myers goes with the first pitch, and he'll get there standing as that one was outside.
Yeah, Myers is a 3-hole hitter, but he's got one of the faster kids on the team, so he's going to take that bag any chance he can get.
Big swing there from Lavari. Runners at second and third. A big inning for the Hermits. 1-1, 2 outs to Lavari, outside ball 2. McGuire, foul tip from Lavari. So they'll have a 2-2 count. 2 outs in the inning.
Go, Marco. Head in there, buddy.
Already 5 runs by the Hermits. Lavari looking to add more. That one called, strike 3. Lavari goes down looking in the outside corner, but the damage is done by the Hermits on 1 hit. A couple walks, 1 reached on an error. The Hermits had 5 runs, now at 5-0 as we advance to the top of the third. See if Millville has a response. Be right back. Top of the third now in Richland. After a big 5-run bottom of the second for the Hermits. Making life a little easier for CJ Fury on the mound. It'll be Brady Middlecoff to lead it off. The 7-hole hitter as he lines one into shallow left field. Will get down for a base hit. First pitch swinging.
Yeah, not the hardest hit ball, but, he got solid contact, was able to loop it over third base. Like you said, softly hit into left field, get himself a single. That's 2 out of 3 innings they've had the leadoff guy on. I mean, one was after a strikeout, that one after an infield single. Let's hope the Hermits can turn 2, make it just like the first inning.
Jacob Butcher, the catcher, now up with a runner on first and no outs. Fury from the stretch. Butcher shows bunt, that one out of play. And now you're getting scared every time someone shows bunt after they are scared at the camera. You're talking about the other day?
yeah. He's used this game. The foul ball, I think, was a lefty hitter. He kind of stuck the bat out, and it hit maybe a foot under the camera, right on the fence. I'm always kind of been like, what are the odds it hits this camera? Well, I don't want to jinx it. I have had the ball in the dirt. I have had the announcers jinx a good amount, mostly in baseball, but that is not something I want to have to deal with.
So Butcher shows bunt again, takes that one low in the dirt. So 1-1 count for him with no outs. Fury only 21 pitches so far. Bunt shown, that one fouled off.
Yeah, fouled it off him while he was still in the box. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I think, especially in high school, people try and get too cute, where they get just, I don't want to say a little rattled when the guy shows bunt. They want to throw it out of the zone, make him off rat, have a just. Let them take the out. Take the out. You know what I mean? I've seen even a few times this year with the Hermits, they're showing bunt, and then all of a sudden you walk them because you're trying to get too perfect with it, and it's just like CJ did right there. Throw a strike. If he gets it down, he gets it down. Take the out if they're going to give it to you.
Even though it's something that's practiced a decent amount, he just misses that one there. Yeah, I was just saying, a lot of kids struggle putting down a good bunt.
Exactly, especially at the high school level. But yeah, right there, he just kind of offered at it and missed. Strike 3 as Millville was leaving the bunt on even with 2 strikes. That's right. CJ did exactly what I would have wanted him to do. Just throw strikes. That's what he's done all day today. And there's only 23 pitches here in the third inning.
So bottom of the order now up. Number 6, Kevin Dick, left fielder. Fury throws back to first. Middlecoff back in time. Low swinging there from the hitter.
Yeah, I mean, helps out Fury. Figure he's been throwing strikes all day, but it's funny the times when he doesn't. If you're going to chase those, it's only going to.
Ooh, Fury throws back again. Almost got him there. Tricky lefty pickoff move.
Yeah, kind of slow to react over there at first base. He was safe coming back, but closer than the Millville coaches really wanted it for.
And having a lefty on the mound makes it a lot harder for Millville to try and steal, as that one's shot into left center field. Myers is under it, makes the grab, nice and easy. 2 outs for the Hermits.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, put the barrel in the bat, drove the ball a little bit. The only problem was Jake Myers maybe had to move 3 feet to get it. So, an easy out for the Hermits there, but.
Sergio draws back up now for Millville, top of the order. Fury's first pitch to him, swing and miss, strike 1. Oh, 1. We'll try that out one more time.
Yeah, I don't think he's running, and I think the first time he almost got lulled to sleep by it. Wasn't expecting it. This time when he almost got caught before, he's looking for it.
So pitch number 27 from Fury. It's fouled off out of play. Working quickly. CJ so far today, if he was able to get it out here, he's going You're averaging around 10 pitches per inning, so making good time. As you were saying earlier, Coach Byron hoping to get as many innings as he can out of CJ today, so he can, as runner goes, that one chopper. Gillespie's got it, takes his time, makes the throw over. Oh, and a bad throw over the head of Lavari. You could hear Bylone yelling, "Take your time," as he did. He kind of just made an off-balance throw. He probably could have taken a second to catch his feet.
Yeah,
but
I think
the error will get the corners on base for Millville with their 2-hole hitter up.
I think you're right. You know, he chopped it, so in his head, I think he's thinking this ball's, by the time it goes all the way up, whatever, 8 feet in the air, comes back down, he's thinking, oh, he's already, halfway down first base. He still had time. He didn't need to make that off-balance throw, but hopefully Fury can kind of regroup right here, shake off that error, get this next hitter without letting Millville.
So Wayne
put one
Hill,
on the board.
the center fielder, up now for Millville. First pitch to him, low for ball 1. Runners on the quarters for the Thunderbolts. Fury from the stretch, that one low and in the dirt as well. Good block by Gillespie. Two O's the count. Inside, ball 3. This could come to be costly now for the Hermits, as I was saying. Fury was working quickly, but now, after an error that should have been out number 3, it's the 2-hole hitter, 3-0 count. That one taken low, it'll be ball 4. So Hill walks to load the bases.
I don't know. I think even Hill there thought that was going to be called for strike 1.
So Lacey now up. The great opportunity to chop into this Hermits lead a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Fury, like I said, Fury was throwing strikes, and 2 errors by the Hermits are kind of putting that. Well, actually, one was the first thing, but the error by the Hermits kind of put them in the situation. But walks him on 5 pitches there, and starts off with another ball here. So he's going to need to find the strike zone with the bases loaded.
Hard ground ball. Hirachi's got it. It's going to be a tough throw over. That was over the head of Lavari and out of play. So another run will score. And it's now a 4-2 ball game.
Yeah, I mean, that was slow ground ball between second and third. Hirachi knew he had to move to get it, but he's still going to make that good throw. It doesn't matter how fast that runner's moving down the line, because now you just gave them an extra, still, instead of being still base loaded 1 run, it's now runners on second and third, and they scored 2. So you don't want to give them that free base, even though it would have been, would have taken a heck of a throw from Hirachi to get the runner. But Hermit's defense really letting them down right here. I know this is probably one of the more obvious statements we'll ever say, but the Hermits wanted to hopefully tack on a couple runs, keep Fury humming along, not have to dip into the bullpen before Kingsway. It just helps a lot of scenarios if they were able to, stay up 4, 5, 6 runs, through most of the game. But to the 2 big errors here really cost the Hermits, put Millville right back in this game.
0-1 now to Rodriguez. Second pitch low for ball 1. Runners on second and third for Millville. Hermits have 4 runs. There was a scoring error early on. If it's at 5, they 4.
Yeah, I saw the scoreboard. I thought it was 4. I looked at the scoreboard on our field and thought, hey, that's got to be right. I got to put the 5th run up. But they corrected it in the in between innings, so we corrected our scoreboard as well.
Hard ground ball. Capuccio's got to get to it. He does. Makes the throw over, and that one in time. So Hermits get out of that one, but some damage done in an inning that should have been nice and quick. An error leads to 2 runs given up. Millville chops into the Hermits' lead. Score's now 4-2. See how the Hermits are going to respond right after this. Stay Gabe Gillespie now to lead it off for the Hermits in the bottom of the third. Looking to respond after a 2-run inning for Millville.
Yeah, big errors by, you figure, obviously, Gillespie throwing it away, and then Arachi throwing it away too, which added on the extra run. Hopefully they can kind of respond, especially with Gillespie with a chance to kind of make up for it there. NJ.com's right, he's batting .391 on the year. So he's been swinging the bat well. Had the walk-off winner against Bishop Eustace, so hopefully he can get the Hermits going here in the bottom of the third.
That one, fly ball deep into right field. Right fielder going back, and he's not going to get to it. It's going to get to the gap. Gillespie's got 2, and he's looking for 3. The throw to third is not in time, so Gillespie gets himself into third with a sliding triple. That's the way to lead off an inning.
Yeah, that's the way to lead off an inning. That's the way to make up for an error in the previous one. So
yeah, there you go.
Great piece of hitting by Gillespie. Drives it a little bit into the gap, but really just over the right fielder's head. So got a lot of power on that, especially in this windy day. Well, it feels like it's windy. It maybe gusts the wind, but it is blowing in a little bit. So good job getting a lot of power on that one by Gillespie and leading this inning off with a triple.
Manny Aponte now back up to the plate. He had a bunt his last time. Takes first pitch outside for ball 1.
Again, middle looks like, now they're backing up a little bit now. The middle infield's not all the way deep, but behind the bag. So they're, again, trying to prevent the big inning. So if you just put the ball in play here, Hermits should get another run.
2-0 to Aponte. Ground ball, runner's going to score. Shortstop's throw over is in time to get the out, but Aponte does his job, gets the RBI. And the Hermits now lead 5-2.
There's that 5th run.
Good job just making contact by Aponte.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. So, Aponte is going to keep himself in the lineup. You might look at it, and he went. He takes a strike there. He's going 0 for 1 right now. Because of fielder's choice. But both at bats have been exactly what the Hermits would have wanted, and the Hermits dugout would have wanted. So he's doing the little things right, and he got the bunt down, and then he got a productive out by grounding that ball to the just putting it in the middle of the infield. Got himself an RBI. So just the doing the little things is why the Hermits might look and only have 2 hits, but they got 5 runs. So good job there in the first 2 at bats by Aponte.
1-1 count. Now to Bersani. Takes that one low for ball 2. 1 out in the inning. No runners on base. This will be pitch number 60 for McGuire. That one lined in to left field, and it's down. Bersani's got himself an extra base hit into second, and that's where he'll slide in. So another multi-base hit for the Hermits here in the bottom of the third. Getting a runner in scoring position for Franks.
Yeah. Was it Bersani walk his first at bat?
He did.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So that's the kind of at bat you want to. You got an opportunity against St. Joe's. It's this is the 9th game of the season, the 8th, 7th, so the 7th game of the season. He got his first at bat. Maybe he didn't play yesterday. I wasn't actually, wasn't at the game. I didn't see him in the box score. But he gets another opportunity today, and so now he's batting 2 for 2 this year, if I believe correct, with a home run and a double. You keep hitting like that, and it's going to be hard for Coach Bailon to leave him out of the lineup.
Franks now back up. Was hit by a pitch his first time. Fouls the first one off. (5-2) lead for the Hermits. 1 out in the bottom of the third. The pitch from McGuire as Franks shoots that one deep into left field. Left fielder going back. And it's down. Bersani will score. Franks gets himself into second with an RBI double.
And everything I just said for Bersani applies to Logan right there. Hasn't had a ton of at-bats, getting the opportunity today, and then both of them just, back-to-back doubles, doing exactly what they need to do. I mean, if everybody keeps hitting like that, it's going to be a good problem for Coach Bailon to have to figure who do you have to leave out of the lineup.
Jack Capuccio back up, singled his first time and scored. Off speed, takes the first one for a ball. Franks at second. 1 out. Put up 6 runs off 4 hits and 3 errors made by Millville. That one's in for strike 1 to Capuccio. 2-1. Strike 2 called. 2-2 now to Capuccio, 1 for 1 on the day. Look at that on. That one fouled off.
Yeah, good to see Jack up and hitting. I think it was against Eustis. Was the game after that? He kind of was going for a ground ball at second base. He takes that one high. He was going for a ground ball at second base, kind of dove, knocked it down, but immediately as he dove, you kind of saw him like just pull, like start grabbing at his shoulder. I think his shoulder had like popped out for a little bit, then it kind of popped back in by the time Trainer Matt made it in there. So he stayed in the game, but you know, it looked like a bad injury to a good young player, and luckily, you know, recovered quickly. Been right back in the lineup.
Full count. He swung on that one, so Capuccio goes down swinging. It'll be 2 outs now in the inning. Top of the order back up for the Hermits.
Shortstop, Joe Irachi.
Franks at second. 2 outs for Irachi. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Pass ball, Franks will advance to third. And a 2-0 count now to Irachi. Another pass ball, really affecting Millville so far today, and a lot of them haven't really been on the catcher. They more just, McGuire's put them in some tough spots.
Yeah, his breaking stuff's just kind of like hitting the dirt well in front of the plate, on the plate.
Balls,
yeah,
fastballs.
So, I mean, Hermits will take it. Take the free base whenever you can get it.
2-0, Irachi takes strike 1. And the next pitch, high, ball 3. So 3-1 count now to Irachi. That one hit deep into right field. The right fielder going back, and it's going to get down. Franks will score. Irachi's going to get himself all the way over to third. And he's got an RBI triple with 2 outs.
Yeah, I think a little fortunate there. I mean, again, he hit the ball well, but I think the way Millville was, you know, Millville coach was like, they're going to hope that he comes up with that ball.
The right fielder did not read that well. It looked like it's probably a ball he could have gotten to. Just
yeah, he started he didn't track it well. Whether it's because maybe lost in the tree line, whatever it is, he started kind of to his our left, his right, and then kind of like double back around. Where yeah, if he just took the you know quickest path to the ball, he probably would have been able to get there. But hey, the Hermits will take it. Another runner on third, as CJ Fury steps into the box down 0-1.
So 7-2 lead now for the Hermits. 2 outs. Irachi at third. Fury takes the second pitch high for ball 1. One in the dirt, pass ball. Irachi's going to score easily. And the Hermits extend their lead to 6.
So, yeah, another wild pitch, pass ball, whatever you want to call it, and the Hermits add on another run. So, like I said, right there, that's 2 runs where, Millville's defense hasn't been quite up to snuff, where maybe the right fielder catches it, and so Logan doesn't score, and then once Joey's on third base, the pass ball, wild pitch leads to another run. The Hermits are now up 8-2.
So 3-1 count now for Fury. No runners on base. He'll take ball 4. See if anybody's warming up over there for Millville. Help McGuire out a little bit. He really struggling so far.
Yeah, and it's you or I are not going to know that for most of these teams enough about each team and their pitching staff and how their arms line up. Against Hamilton the other day, I think their first game when we won 4-2, 5-2, whatever it was, like the close game when we were down into the 4th inning. I think they just threw some of their end of the pen guys and were just like, hey, let's see what happens. Ooh, it's a wild pitch right there, and hey, they took the bats out of our hands for a long time in that game before we kind of like eked out the win. You're never really sure where anybody's at, so I'm not sure where Millville's at. They just faced us yesterday. They held us to 4 runs, so maybe they used a lot of their good arms yesterday.
We saw in the mainland series their ace beat us up in the first game, and then we hit them well in the second game, and now here, I mean, their pitcher yesterday did a good job containing the Hermits to only 4 runs, but now struggling today. So it's hard for teams to have multiple pitchers you can really go to and know if you at least feel good about.
Yeah, and like I said, that's why the Hermits have been able to rack up a lot of wins over the years under Coach Bailon, is they've had a lot of pitching.
Myers ground ball over to shortstop, and that one bounces off his glove, so he'll get to first. We'll see if that's marked an error or not.
Yeah.
Fury gets to third.
Well, the other one I would have given Myers a hit. I might give that an error there.
Yeah, I have to agree with you.
Yeah, that's one of the weird things about the Hermits this year. The way they've hit, not weird, but like they've been able to draw a lot of walks and like take advantage of errors or just have the big hit. Like for today, they got 8 runs on 5 hits. That kind of looks a little weird, but when you have the errors and walks that the Hermits do, that's how it can happen. They beat Williamstown. They scored like 12 runs on like 5 hits because they walked 13 times as Myers takes second again. So, like the Hermits, you look at some of the box score. I had a kid in my office one day say, hey, how was the baseball team scoring all those runs without getting hits? And it's really timely hits after getting some work in the pitch count.
Lavari takes that one for a strike low. 1-1 count now at him with 2 outs. McGuire just looking for something to get out of this inning.
Yeah, he could use it. Already at 83 pitches.
Next pitch outside. Want to see how much longer he would go. I don't see anybody else warming up down there, so the pitcher would come from somebody on the field if a change is made.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like they said, after they pitched yesterday, I'm not sure if they had games of the weekend, but after they were in a close game yesterday, they probably throwing their best arms out there trying to win. Yeah, their next best pitcher might be somewhere on the field right now where we're not seeing him warm up. I have to figure this might be his last inning no matter what.
Ooh, Lavari thought he had ball 4, but called strike 2. As you notice when a game gets a little out of when the team gets a big lead, the umpire will expand the strike zone a little bit, especially when the pitcher is struggling. So full count now to Lavari with 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Ball 4. So the bases will load.
Yeah, you really want to talk about shortening this game. You go 4.5 innings. So the Hermits are up 6. All of a sudden, you get a single here, 7-8. You're getting close to that 10-run limit. Yeah, I was going to say you shore up the defense because that's how Millville got their 2 runs. And all of a sudden, you might be talking about ending this game a little early.
Yeah, and the coach comes out, and that's going to do it for McGuire today. So we're going to have a pitching change here in Richland. We'll be right back. Hermits looking to still add on to this lead at the bottom of the 3rd. We're back here in Richland after a pitching change. 2 outs. It'll be Gabe Gillespie up at the plate for the second time this inning. He doubled his first time. First pitch swinging, lines that one down the right field line. It's down. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score, and Gabe Gillespie's got himself a 2 RBI single.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting from Gabe, just taking what the pitcher gives him, slicing the ball, like, you know, it wasn't a looper like some of the ones earlier. Lined it right over the first baseman's head. It was kind of cutting away, so the right fielder took a while to get there, and 2-run score. Runner heads to third base, and all of a sudden the Hermits have 10 runs.
Oh, I will.
So it sounds like David Capuccio, Jack starting at second base. His older brother David into pinch run today. Again for Gillespie, or I guess courtesy run.
That one popped up. Second base was under. It makes the grab, and the inning is finally over. 6 runs put up by the Hermits. Now leading 10-2 in this ball game against Millville. CJ Fury making things a lot easier for him. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the 4th. Hermits rolling in this one, up 10-2. CJ Fury out for another inning of work. That's only pitch number 38 so far for him, so he's working quickly.
Yeah, he's working quickly. Like, he's just got to continue to throw strikes. You're up 8 runs now, and so yes, ideally the Hermits can, you know, win this one through 4.5 innings. You know, get 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th, go shut out this inning and the next inning, and all of a sudden you're out of here. But don't even look at it like that. You're up 8 runs, throw strikes, let your defense play behind you.
Fly ball out to left field, and the catch is made. Good job by Bersani out there. He's had a really good game.
Yeah. Yeah, it seemed like a pretty good catch from here, from our vantage point, right to the left of home plate. We couldn't quite see him.
I gotta say, this is my first time seeing him play, and he's impressive. He's definitely a kid that's going to be good for this team for the next few years. Just a sophomore.
Yeah, maybe we think about our next game, because you always want to have the camera kind of not behind the chain link fence, but like maybe we slide the table down a little bit. Me and you are on the right side of the camera.
Yeah.
Might be able to see those plays down the line easier.
Maybe. It's kind of like you said. It's kind of hard without a press box to get those angles.
Yeah. But either way, yeah, like I said, from our vantage point, it looked like a pretty good running catch by Bersani. And now Fury's throwing strikes again.
Swing and a miss. 3 fastballs from CJ Fury. Gets a quick strikeout.
Yeah, that last
He's dealing right now.
Yeah, that last one was right by him. Didn't look like he stood a chance. You know, you sometimes you see a pitch and you're just like, I'm gonna say overmatched, but he just was way behind that one. So great job.
Fury's he's not one of the hardest throwing pitchers on this Hermits team, but his stuff still moves.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is you can be the hardest thrower in the world if you don't have, maybe not the hardest thrower in the world, but you know, you can be a really hard thrower if you don't have any movement on you. It's people are going to catch up to it. So you need that. And Fury's got it, especially when he's throwing well, and he's dealing today.
in for strike one.
Only let up the one hit. Like, don't let the 2 runs fool you. Like, those, because of 2 errors. One of those 2 errors didn't happen, and all of a sudden it's 10-0. So Fury's pitching well today.
So quick 2 strikes to Middlecoff. Top of the 4th, Fury looking to get out of another one quickly. Shakes off Gillespie on the first pitch. Swing and a miss. Go right back to the fastball, and that's why. Quick inning for Fury. 1, 2, 3 again. Hermits looking to add on again and do some more damage at the bottom of the 4th. Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the 4th here in Richland. The Hermits with a 10-2 lead, looking to add on. 7-8-9 to lead off this inning. Bersani at the plate. Takes the first pitch high for ball 1. One-0. That one high as well for ball 2. Bersani doubled his last time and ended up scoring. The count. That one high as well, so Mulheron on the mound, struggling to get that ball a little lower. 3-0. That one inside, so Bersani walks on 4 pitches.
Another good bat from Bersani. I'll take a walk. But like I said, the Hermits have been a team that's been drawing a lot of walks this year, so it kind of fits with the ML.
And we were just talking, obviously, if you're not unaware of the rules, the Hermits, if they're able to add 2 runs on this inning, they would be able to end the game in the next to the top of the 5th if Fury's able to get through with no runs due to the 10-run rule.
Yeah, the losing team's got to bat 5 times, so since we're home and we're winning, you just got to go through 4.5 innings. Ooh,
Frank's swinging a little early.
Yeah, I think he was thinking fastball there.
One outside, so 1-1 count now for Franks. Runner on first, no outs in the bottom of the 4th.
But yeah, that's what we're saying. Like, if you can get a couple runs here, or even in the bottom of the next inning, you're able to send Fury out there one more time. You save all of your bullpen guys for the next game, and Fury's only throwing. Say he pitches one more inning.
Throwing 46 pitches.
Say he gets up to 65. Hopefully he's not throwing 20 in the inning, because that might mean that they've scored. But say he gets up to 65.
Called strike 3. Good pitch there from Mulherrin. Drops it in for strike 3.
Yeah, 2 of the 3 strikes were good off-speed pitches by Mulherrin. The one, Franks was way out in front, and then the other one caught him right there. But that's what I'm saying is he'll be well rested for that huge GC game on Saturday, which, like I said, I assume it was him because Lavari pitched yesterday through however many, 90 pitches. Takes that for a ball. But so he has to rest 4 days. So that'd be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Fury's 1 day later, so he'd have to do, he would have to rest Saturday. So you figure you're going to throw Lavari against Old Bridge because he's.
Puccio lines that one. Second baseman's got it. Has 1 and 2. He's got it. So double play, quick inning for Mulherrin and Millville. Still an 8-run lead for the Hermits as we move on to the 5th inning. Top of the 5th. If you're just joining us, I'm Jimmy Bachman alongside Mr. Tom Bermel. Hermits baseball here on the Hermits Broadcasting YouTube channel. A 10-2 lead for Prep. CJ Fury back on the mound for his 5th inning of work. 46 pitches so far. An 8-run lead he's working with.
Yeah, so, just what he's been doing. Like I said, he's only given up the 1 hit so far today. He should be shut out if, the Hermits didn't have a couple errors. So just keep throwing strikes, even though he falls behind 2-0 here. But just keep throwing strikes, and even if you don't end up 10 running them, I have faith that even if he puts the ball right down the middle, his defense can make enough plays through the rest of the game to keep Millville off the board for 8 runs.
Soft ground ball. Fury's got it. Takes his time, makes the toss over to Lavari, and a quick and easy out for the Hermits. Kevin Dick back up to the plate. Hard ground ball. Aponte's got it at third, makes the throw over, and a nice and easy second out as well for the Hermits.
Yeah, good job there by Aponte taking the. It wasn't too far. It was right or left, but it was a pretty hard hit. So it was a good job by Aponte there to field it, make the strong throw over to first base, and get the second out of the inning.
I feel like you see too many times those throws can get messy. So good job there by Manny just to make the nice easy throw, put some speed on it, but didn't have to make it difficult for Marco over at first. As a former first baseman, nothing's more annoying than when you got shortstop and the third baseman spiking him in the dirt. I could get him high, but stop making me bend and get him low.
And it's like you can pick them, but you'd rather hey, let's make this easy.
I don't like doing it, though.
Yeah,
that's the thing. So 1-1 count now to Droz to the top of the order. Make it 2-1. popped up out of play. So 2-2 count now to Droz. 54 pitches for CJ today.
You can hear the gusts of wind
Yep.
kind of going back and forth. Though you look at the flag in left field, it's not really moving, so I don't. Ooh.
That's it.
Just couldn't quite hang on. It's not really moving in left field, so I don't know if it's just something lower. Maybe the trees are blocking that wind out there. But at least here, right behind home plate, you can feel those gusts come up every so often.
2-2 count, 2 outs. No runners on base. Fury's pitch. Ground ball over to Aponte again at third. Takes a big bounce. He's got to hurry, though. Throw over is not in time.
Interesting. I think Lavari was looking to stretch the one way. Kind of had to switch his feet, so didn't get a big stretch on it going back the other way.
Yeah, that one took a high bounce, so kind of an extra split second. Enough for Droz to get himself an infield base hit.
Yeah, close one, but was safe.
Now Hill up for the third time, the center fielder. Trying to start a 2-out rally for Millville.
Yeah, so you kind of, like I said, kind of looking at the week ahead. Hermits in the last ranking of NJ.com ended up being number 8. I think there's probably a new ranking coming out tomorrow. But later this week, they have the number 3 team, Gloucester Catholic, on Sunday.
It's a huge opportunity.
And Kingsway, who's number 5, on Wednesday. So you got
those count for a lot of power points.
Yeah,
correct?
well, yeah. So power points goes 3 points. It's like through each team's first 15 games calculates how many power points they give you, and so it's 3 points for a win, and then you get like however 6 bonus points for just that pride of being a top-ranked team in South Jersey. The Hermits are going to have a chance to really go after that in the next week.
And of course, the Hermits been the dominant force in South Jersey for the past multiple years.
Yeah, they beat Kingsway twice last year,
did,
but both
yep.
games were great, and once in the diamond, once in the regular season. So, yeah, I mean, it's a good opportunity here for the Hermits to
swing and a miss there from Hill. And CJ gets himself another strikeout, and the inning is over. So move on to the bottom of the 5th. Hermits looking to add on to their big lead. Top of the order now for the Hermits, Arachi, Fury, and Myers. It's the first pitch. High. Mulheron in his 3rd inning of work.
Yeah, so 2 runs here. We'll walk it off for the Hermits. Like I said, obviously you want to get that done. We were talking, number 5 team in the state on Wednesday. I'm sorry, Thursday. Oof, fouls it off. Old Bridge, who's good. Number 3 team in the state, GC, on Sunday. I don't think they have Egg Harbor the next week, but Egg Harbor's also in there in the top 10 in terms of teams we'll face this year. Cherokee's up there in the top 20 in the state, who you could run into the Diamond Classic. So a lot of good baseball in South Jersey. Ooh,
high for ball 2, so 2-1 count to Arachi.
And there's always teams you just want to beat. Like I said, that GC game's huge on Sunday, just in terms of rivalry. I mean, football, St. Joe's or Spirit. Basketball, has always been Spirit. It's become a big one in EHT recently. But baseball, the one team, both schools circle on their calendar.
Arachi lines that one deep in the left center field. Outfielder's going back, and he makes the grab.
Yep, good hit by Arachi. Just hung up there a little bit in the wind. And the left fielder makes a good play on the run to make the catch. Easy. On the run, he was moving, but not the most difficult play for him. But like GC's one of those. Like it's just one of those teams. It's like it used to be Bishop Eustis in hockey. Now it's GC in hockey for the Hermits again.
Yep.
Same thing with baseball. It's just a big rival. Both teams are always good, always in the top 5 in South Jersey, top 10, 15 in the state. So
off speed. Fury takes outside for ball 1. Swing and miss, strike 1. That one drops in for strike 2, so 1-2 count now to Fury, 1 out in the inning.
Yeah, he's really kind of settled in. I mean, he gave up that hit to Gillespie, his first batter in, I think it was, and then got the out. Ooh.
That one. Look out. Next couple guys jump in the dugout.
Yeah, I think Jake Myers saw his life flash before his eyes for a second.
That's why they have a fence there.
But he, like I said, he's really settled in. Like he had, gave up a single, got out of the inning, gave up another hit to start the inning, or it might have been a walk. But ever since then, he's been moving the ball a little bit.
Fury, like ground ball over to shortstop. Could be a tough play, and he's thrown out at first. Good throw by the shortstop. Nice stretch by the first baseman for Millville.
Yeah, Draws has made a couple good plays over there at shortstop today.
So Myers looking to get a bit of a 2-out rally going for the Hermits. Slow curveball drops in for strike 1.
Chop foul.
Ground ball down the line, foul. So 0-2 now to Myers. 2 outs in the inning, no runners on base. Bottom of the 5th, and the pitch. That one lined into left field, center field, excuse me, and it's going to get down.
Yeah, just a good piece of hitting there by Jake. Just going down, getting the off-speed pitch, getting enough of it to kind of loop that into center. And, I mean, both the first time, 2 times Jake's been on base, he's stolen second. Whatever. You want to say the first one was defensive indifference because there was a run on third, sure. But I think there's a decent chance that, 2 outs, why not? Then a single scores you. Jake might be going here.
Big swing from Marco on the first pitch of the at-bat. He's outside, strike 1. So Mulharen now at 25 pitches on the game. Hermits put up 10 runs so far today off 7 hits and 3 errors committed by the Millville defense. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Actually, flip. The Prep has 3 errors. Millville's got 2.
Excuse me, yep. Caught me on that one.
Well, yeah, sometimes you just kind of like reading straight across.
Myers, a decent lead over at first. Lavari, fly ball. Center fielder running a fair distance to get over there, and he makes the catch. So the inning will end. No runs put up by the Hermits. 1 hit. We'll move on to the 6th right after this. Top of the sixth now for the Hermits.
One defensive sub for the Hermits. Nick Watson comes in at third base for Manny Aponte. Like I said, Manny Aponte did the job he was at.
Middle of the order, I was about to say 3-4-5 up for Millville as Lacey lines that one foul down the left field line.
Yeah, just foul. But like I said, Aponte did the job in those two at-bats. That was big that he needed to do it. But they're going to give Nick Watson a couple innings here. We'll see if he gets in the bat or not. He's another sophomore that kind of fits into this rotation. You know what I mean? He's gotten some innings on the mound. I think he's kind of one of those next guys. Like once you get into those, the dog days of like, late May when you got Diamond Classic plus your league games plus this plus that. You really need those extra arms, and Nick Watson appears to be one of those.
Our ground ball. Capucio's got it. Makes a wild throw over. Lavari gets high up there to grab it, but not in time.
That's almost better.
Good effort by Capuccio, though.
Yeah, he would have had to go a long way to get it, and once he did it, all his momentum was taken away from the bag. He actually got a little closer than I thought he was going to. But yeah, you're right. A little high for Lavari on target. I mean, in line, but a little high for Lavari. So he just does a good job. But let's go knock that down. The runner's going to get on first. Knock it down. Live to see another day.
So Rodriguez now back up. Runner on first with no outs. First pitch low for ball one. Foul tip. Millville looking to make some moves here in the top of the sixth. Down 8 runs. They've made some decent contact at moments. Hermits defense done a good job today.
Yeah,
They had the 3 errors, but besides that, there hasn't been anything too egregious.
Ooh, I thought he might have went around.
A little check down the third base line.
That's the one thing with high school. It's 2 umps. There's just not enough umps. Which, by the way, if anybody listening wants to become an ump, I can encourage it. We need the numbers. And parents don't yell at umps, so we actually have some people out here.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's tough because you only got 2 umps, so that checks me. From my vantage point, I thought he went around. But the ump, who's covering second base, you can kind of see him on your screen behind Fury. How's he have a good angle? He doesn't. You know what I mean? So.
Ground ball, hits off the mound, so that's going to, Capucio's going to try to get one. No, it's dropped. So, a couple unfortunate things happened there. That ball hit off the mound. It looked like Capuccio was ready to quickly turn two, but it bounced off, though, and he had to move away. It took an extra second.
I think it might have even been like the lip, like, where the grass ends, so not as much mound, but like he was just going up, he's going to get it, hits the lip, so it takes his, he's ready to field it and go to second, but now he's got to move his body to the left, which I think took the double play out of order just because it kind of slowed everything up, but.
I think Arachi was trying to turn 2 and get it out quickly, and he just didn't squeeze it on his glove before he popped it out into his hand. So
yeah, that's what I mean. Well, while Capuccio did have to readjust to when it hit the lip of the grass, they should have got the out of second. Like he's got to catch that baseball. He threw it well enough. I get it. You want to turn 2, but get the lead runner, take the out.
So 0-1 with runners on first and second. Fury in a bit of a jam for the first time today. The bases loaded once earlier on.
Yeah,
the
inning when they gave up 2 runs, he was in a jam. But like we said, the only reason he was in a jam is because he had 2 errors. You know what I mean? And even here, there should be 1 out with a runner on first.
That one fouled off out of play. So 1-2 count now for Mulherron. Runners on first and second, no outs. We'll see pitch number 70 for Fury. Just outside, 2-2.
Yeah, like I said, I think I shouldn't have to worry too much about where Fury's at. He's been playing well, or he's been pitching well, even with some defensive mistakes. I don't think he's going to climb his pitch count up too much, and the Hermits are up 8. You hope that they don't get too much closer than that.
Popped up out of play.
So, I mean, even if he spends another 20 pitches in this inning, hopefully, he'll be around 90, so maybe you bring in someone else behind him to close out, like maybe even Nick Watson over from third base. But hopefully you still have that 8-run lead, in which case, Nick has done well this year when I've seen him in, but even if he does poorly, you've got a big buffer zone.
That one called strike 3. So a good pitch from Fury. Gets Mulherron down, looking. Gets 1 out in the inning.
Second baseman, Matt Meiswinkle.
Matt Meiswinkle now up for the Thunderbolts. Takes the first pitch high for ball 1.
Today, but what you might have missed, I think that play was about to start, is Millville had a runner on third, 1 out, fly ball to Bersani in left, obviously made the running catch, tried to throw the runner out at home. I think almost helped him. He overthrew the third baseman a little bit, who was kind of acting as that cutoff man, like the grass in the infield, and so the runner on second thought, hey, maybe I can take advantage, run to third. Fury did a good job of cutting it off and then getting the double play at third. So the run did score on the sac fly, but the Hermits able to get 2 outs out of the play anyway.
Gillespie to lead it off now for the Hermits in the bottom of the 6th. Up 7.
The top.
Yeah, it looks like Dom DeTavio is going to go warm up in the bullpen. We'll see if Fury's done for today or if that's just precautionary.
He's at 76 pitches, so I mean, realistically, he can go another inning. He'll be fine.
The way he's going today, I mean, you don't expect.
Yeah, probably only throw another 15 pitches or so. You know what I mean? But this is a good opportunity. You're up 7. You know what I mean? You assume you're not going to give it up. You could get the Tavio innings because a lot of these times early in the year, you're trying to get these guys innings who you know are going to be useful later in the year. Like there's a few guys in there. Like DeTavio is one of them. Dobus is another one, a talented sophomore who just hasn't been able to get a couple innings yet. But that's because the games are a little more spread out. Once you start getting into all those games and
you get the Diamond Clash,
exactly,
all that stuff.
You're going to need people like DeTavio and Watson and Dobus to all step up.
Especially when you get weeks where you're playing 4 games. Hard ground ball, third base, 1, and safe at first. So Millville gets 1 out.
Yeah, they get the lead runner, which I'm sure they'll take. So they still got to get 7 in the 7th to at least send this into extras.
So Bersani now up. Hermits get ended if they put up 3 runs this inning. Bersani's been excellent so far today. Takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Next pitch to him, high, ball 2. It's 2-0, runner on first. Ball 3.
Yeah, good. I mean, after the Hermits haven't scored in 2 innings and Millville got another one there, I kind of wrote off the whole 10-run thing. But if Bersani's able to get on, all of a sudden you get that walk-off run to the plate with 1 out. Give yourself the chance to not let Millville score in the top of the 7th.
Ooh, that one low, but called strike 1. So we 3-1 count, 1 out to Bersani. It's Bersani, Franks, Capuccio, the next 3 up for the Hermits.
Yeah, see at the bottom of the order, can't end this game a half inning early.
Walk.
Yes, I was saying another good at bat from Bersani. I mean, I think this is his first start, if I'm not mistaken. He had that home run against St. Joe's, but that was after he came in the middle of the game.
Yep.
So another good day here. I mean, doesn't necessarily mean he'll be in the lineup against Kingsway, but going forward, he's definitely going to get some more at bats after good game here.
He's definitely stoked the coach's interest in the dugout over there.
Now, obviously, like part of the corner outfield, which gave opportunities to Franks and Bersani, was that Fury is on the mound, and so against Kingsway, you assume that Fury will be back in the outfield, and then it's kind of like those puzzle pieces because you had been flipping Lloyd and Gillespie, so it's like who's playing better defensively? Are they hitting? I know Lloyd hasn't come along as a freshman, at the plate as quick, but he's a phenomenal defensive catcher. Funny story is that at the Millville game, the mainline game, the first game of the year, he threw 2 guys out, and I think the mainline coach came up to one of our coaches was like, "Hey, look, I figured you got a freshman catcher. Let me test him." He threw both of them out. He started putting the stop sign up. So I know he doesn't have many hits as Gillespie, but that's what I mean. Like, you got some puzzle pieces. So do you put Lloyd at catcher, Gillespie at third or right field? But if Fury's back in the corner outfield, does Bersani find his way in? You have options. Is the point? And so the more these guys hit, the more versatility the Hermits have, and especially when they go to their pen. Hopefully it keeps leading to more wins.
So 2-1 count now to Franks. 1 out. That one inside, ball 3. Chance to load the bases with a walk.
Yeah, so if Franks can get on, then you're just a big hit away from Arachi from ending this as he fouls it off.
A little early. So it'll be a full count out of Franks with 1 out. As we've been talking, big week this week for the Hermits. Had the big win against Millville yesterday, looking to get win number 2 today. They'll play Kingsway at Kingsway on Thursday, and then here against Old Bridge on Saturday. And then next week, a big game against Gloucester Catholic as Franks walks. So the schedule getting tougher.
And like we said, we get the EHT later in the year. Audubon's good. Ocean City's good. Delsey, which I didn't see in the top 20 when I did a quick overview on Ninja.com's, but they had been in there at least earlier in the year, so I wonder if they had dropped out. So Delsey's another really good team. So it does look like it's May 11th and 12th. You have that big home-and-home matchup against Egg Harbor. I mean, both of those games were phenomenal last year. Ryan Taylor had the grand slam to take the lead in the 7th. At EHT. That was one of the better games I've seen since I've been here. They, were basically getting nothing all day, and then all of a sudden you're down 2, get the bases loaded with 2 outs, and Taylor wins it for you.
Bases loaded for Capuccio. He takes ball 3.
Oh yeah, man, forgotten Capuccio. I think I said Logan gets on, and then Arachi up, but especially if Capuccio is able to get on base, Arachi could easily end it with a single or double.
Next pitch, down the middle, strike 1.
Yeah, it was just to get it over strike. Capuccio was taken all the way.
Yeah. And the pitch, 3-1. Capuccio shoots that one to shallow left field. Runner dives for it, and it gets down. 2 runners are going to score. Frank's going all the way over to third, and that's where he'll stay. So Jack Capuccio gets himself a double. I think Franks wanted to be sent there.
Yeah, he was hoping to walk it off. So yeah, he kind of made a diving play for all the runners held because he almost got there, but he made the diving play for the ball, got behind him from what I could see, but didn't it wasn't shooting behind him. It only maybe rolled about 10 feet, so that's why everybody was able to advance.
So 12-3 now is the score. A run will win it for the Hermits. See if Arachi can do it with 1 out. With the win, the Hermits will advance to 8-1 on the season. Infield is in. And the pitch in the dirt.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's great. The amount of set last year obviously was the year the Hermits were building towards, and it was disappointing you couldn't win the state final, but they won the Diamond Classic. They went 30-2. And this year, even though it's a quote unquote rebuilding year, or at least trying to reload right here, they're still. I mean, I'd have to imagine they're going to go 8-1. Up 11 or up 9. I'm sorry, with a chance to win right here. But that means you would be 38-3 over your last 41 games. It's extremely impressive what the baseball team has done over the last decade.
High fastball, 3-1 count now to Arachi with 1 out. And the pitch. High, ball 4, so the bases will load for Fury.
Yeah, so he's getting a little wild now as he gets up in the mid-50s and pitches. At this point, a walk ends it too. Anything but an out will end this. Millville brings the infield in. Obviously, keep their slim hopes alive.
It's now forced, so if it's just light ground ball from Fury, you throw home first and try to get the second.
Yeah, anything besides a ground ball right at one of the Millville infielders should end it. I mean, obviously their outfield's super shallow too, because anything over their heads is going to be a sac fly anyway.
Fury. That one high and inside, so ball 2 now.
At this point, I think you got to take till you get a strike.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
He's been all over the place the last couple batters.
2-0, 1 out. And the pitch. Fury takes that one for strike 1.
Just as I said, he's all over the place. He throws it in there.
Yep. So now he got the green light, I'd say, on this one.
Yeah.
2-1. Foul ball.
I appreciate it. The 2-2 count. Here he steps back into the box.
And the pitch. Off speed. Ooh. Frank stays over at third, so full count now to Fury with 1 out. Runner wins it for the Hermits.
I mean, I would say the runners will be moving, but it doesn't really matter. I wonder if they actually count it. Like, I assume you can't go unless you hit a home run. Like, you know what I mean? You hit a single, even if Arachi would score from second, it just ends it.
Yeah. And ball 4, so that'll do it. We have an anticlimactic way to end it, but your final score here, Hermits 13, Millville 3. Hermits advance to 8-1 on the season and complete the 2-game sweep of the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I don't know if I count that as a walk-off walk, a little shrimp, since it's a mercy rule, but hey, I'll take it. Like you said, another good win for the Hermits. It's baseball where you never know how the games are going to turn out. 8-1, extremely impressive start. The Hermits baseball team, like you said, will be back in action on Thursday at Kingsway. I wonder if BFA will have that. If we, like I said, follow our...
Yeah, stay tuned on all of our Hermits social media pages. We'll alert you on that. Our next stream on the Hermits Broadcasting YouTube channel will be on Saturday as Hermits baseball takes on Old Bridge. First pitch scheduled to be at 12 o'clock for that one. But for now, we thank you so much for joining us here today at Lavari Field as the Hermits get another win. Number 8 so far this year. Looking good, looking to keep it going. Big week. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I'm Jimmy Bachman alongside Mr. Ramel. We'll see you next time. And as always, go Hermits.